I made some videos yesterday that men protect and provide. So what do women do? Women nurture. Women nurture. And we nurture men by offering our bodies for comfort and for sexual pleasure, which of course we enjoy too. We just want to do that with the men who are protecting and providing. But when they protect and provide, we offer them sex. We offer them sex. When a man protects and provides, he deserves to have sex with us in a way that he has to make it feel good too. He has to make it feel good, don't get me wrong. He can't just do it in a way that doesn't feel good to us. It has to be consensual, but we are willing and available to him for that. We take care of the home, whether we have children or not. We cook, we clean, we decorate, we invite friends over. If we're baking bread, we give some to the neighbors. We may do some gardening, and we have, as women, we give ourselves free time for meditation, yoga, dancing, singing, playing, to nurture our playful energy that men love. We give them playful sensuality, energy. But I'll tell you, when women are working all day, they're tired. They can't create that. And when they're plundered by men sexually, they don't want to cook. I already gave you my body. I don't want to cook for you. You plundered me. I think that when men start dating women, a woman who's interested in a man, and a man is courting her for the purpose of like a relationship, she's naturally going to cook for you. She's going to want to come over and clean for you. She's going to care how you're feeling, how your dog is doing. Hell yeah, I'll take your dog for a walk. Like, she's going to start doing homemaker things. That's what you can expect from a woman. But I want to know what you think, because I'm trying to figure this out for myself here. I talk about men need to protect and provide, and what do women do? And I think that we just add our light to the world. Traditionally, women have really worked a lot, you guys. It wasn't until the advent of electricity that women's lives have become a lot easier, because wash day, it used to be a whole day of washing. You didn't have dryers or washing machines. You didn't have electric ovens or gas ovens. You had to make the fire and keep the fire and cook the food. It was an all-day thing in a hot kitchen with no air conditioning. Women worked on the farms. They often lost their lives in childbirth. Like, life was hard. Everybody was in a survival mode. And our lives have become a lot easier in the last few hundred years, but I think that also kind of blurred our roles a little bit, because now we're in the knowledge economy and we have birth control, and the roles between men and women are getting really blurred, especially with the movement of the woke movement and all these other things. And it's really changed the way that people look at each other in dating. It gets especially confusing when men are dating women and spending money on them, and the women aren't having sex with them. Guys, don't spend money on women who aren't nurturing you. I would not, if I were a guy, I would not spend money on a woman until I knew that she was interested in me romantically and doing nourishing homemaker things. If I take you to dinner and you haven't cooked for me, I'm not taking you to dinner again, sweetheart. Why, I would look for a woman who wants to cook for me. Guys, never court a woman who isn't cooking for you. That is a main thing. A woman's role is to be nurturing. She is supposed to cook for you. She's supposed to cook for herself, and she's supposed to cook for you. Look for women who want to cook for you. A lot of you guys are going like for these 10s who are psychopaths. Look for a woman. A woman's role is not just to be pretty. Oh yeah, I'm going to add that one. A woman's role is to keep herself beautiful for her man. This is what I did when I was married, you guys, and I still think that way. A woman must be beautiful intelligent, and kind. She must be beautiful. Like, we should dress up around the house for our guys. Okay, I'm wearing this because I have guests staying with me this weekend, and that's why I'm doing this in my bedroom, this video. But I would, if I had a boyfriend, I would be walking around in just a nightie or naked, okay? Before my husband came home from work, I would change into something pretty. You want to be pretty. Keep yourself pretty. Number two, you want to be intelligent. You want to have something to talk about. A guy is going to get bored just having sex with you. He wants to be challenged and talk about interesting things. And number three, you've got to be kind. You've got to be sweet. He's got to look forward to coming home to you. And the home must be inviting and warm and nourishing and peaceful. You know, that there's food. You bought the food that he wants. You cook for him. You remember what he likes to eat. You make sure you pick up his dry cleaning and order his favorite newspaper. Like, you take care of him in that way, you know, the same way he does for you. He remembers to, you know, you have a thing with the car. He'll look at your car, or you want a shelf put up, and he'll put up the shelf. Like, you do things for each other. So I think that the role of a woman for sure is to keep the home, and to keep a good home, and a home that's fun and adventurous and peaceful and exciting, that a man looks forward to coming home to, and that he looks forward to seeing his woman because he knows that she cares about him. She's going to be happy, she's going to be radiant, and she's going to be excited to see him. And so he's not worried about whether he's getting sex, because he knows that will come. By the way, guys, another thing too, a woman should be honest with you and ask you for what she wants and say what's on her mind, not be afraid to challenge you, and not be afraid to share her feelings. And likewise, you as a man have every right to say, hey, you know what, I am happy to spend dinners with the woman that I'm in a relationship with. Right now, we're not having sex yet. We're not really in a relationship, so right now, we're still getting to know each other. I do not think that a woman should be expecting a man that she is not fucking to pay anything for her. Let me repeat. A woman who isn't fucking a man has no right to expect him to spend a penny on her. Should put that, I just came up with that. Because this is like my fourth time making this video, and I couldn't get the right thing, but this is on us as women. If you're not fucking him, don't ask him to spend money on you. And why should he? Would you spend money on a guy? Would you give sex to a guy you're not fucking? It's the same thing. Sex for money is the same thing. And actually, prostitution is the oldest profession in the world, because guess what? Despite what the moralists say, it's the most honest profession in the world, because it's a consensual agreement to exchange goods for a service for money for what it's worth. You're not stringing some guy along, pretending you might fuck him someday. You're not paying for a woman, hoping one day she will fuck you. It's straight up honest. And I think people need to take that same principle into their relationships. And as a former escort of many years, I was an escort for over 7 years, with very great men, more on the higher end side of paid. I am speaking from my own internal feminine embodied experience, that men will pay for that. And if they're not paying for that, we shouldn't give it to them unless they're in a relationship with us and paying with providing a home and working, and they should be offering us an emotional, deep, enriching emotional experience. Else, why would I have sex with a guy like that? But likewise, we women, when we have a guy like that, a good guy who is attentive and on his purpose and working and committed and devoted to us, we need to be devoted to him. We need to be sexually playful, and if we're not, we need to tell him what we need and why we don't want sex. We need to nurture him and cook for him and clean the house and do the nesting stuff. And one thing I will say is that I think that women really thrive in a community of other women, and with a lot of free time to dance and play, so that we can bring like our playful, fun energy into the relationship. That's what men should expect. A fun, playful reprieve from the world. But you're not going to get that if your woman is working 50 hours a week and has to come home and clean. She's going to be angry and tired. But ideally, yeah, that's what I think women provide. A home and comfort and nourishment and playfulness, sensuality, intimacy, intuition, a connection to the divine, mystery, allure, adventure, sexuality, beauty. And women are so beautiful. I mean, I wish I could show you guys like some of the amazing, like gorgeous photos I take of myself. I keep my YouTube channel very G-rated. I keep it from here with very conservative clothing, but I have such a fun, playful side that you guys don't get to see. You guys just don't get to see. But just know that, ladies, there's a side to us that a magical, mysterious side, sensual side that we have to develop and nurture, and that's what we have to offer to men. And ladies, we must be authentic. We cannot lead men on. We cannot use them for their money. If you do, you're not being in integrity. You cannot entertain the company of men who are fawning and hoping to have a relationship with you, and you're just using them. You have to turn them out. Let them know you're not interested. We cannot stay angry with men. We have to get clear on, why am I angry, and have conversations. We have to find our way back to appreciating men and seeing them as providers and protectors. And I will tell you this, the way that we see men has everything to do with how they treat us. Because if women see men as, oh, they're all cheaters, you will attract cheaters. If you see men as protectors and providers, you will attract protectors and providers. And we also, as women, have to realize that our power doesn't come from leaving the home and being like men. Our power comes in being different from them. Else, why would they want us? Our power comes from nurturing the home. And I know people feel ashamed to say, I like to cook, I like to make a home. Say it anyway, if that's what you like to do. I love being at home. I've always just kind of been a homebody. I don't like to travel. I love being in my home and, have my little outings and go get my coffee or do my little exercise or go to the grocery store and then come back into my home. Like, make your home a place that you love to be. Make your home, ladies, into a place you love to be, where other people love to be. Because it's inviting and it's cozy and it's safe and it's peaceful and it's warm. Put up little lights, like I put up these little Christmas lights around the ceiling for a nice ambiance at night, so that the lights aren't harsh. You want soft lighting at night and candles. And, try to live in places that are peaceful, where you open the window, you don't hear any cars or road noise, where birds come. Just try to make a life where your home is like a refuge. And that's what we bring to men. They don't think about that kind of stuff. They don't think. They need us to remind them to, eat healthy or take care of their sleep. I just think that they kind of need that a little bit. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I'm just kind of giving my ideas. And my ideas are I'm not dead set like this is how it has to be. I want to redefine these things of how we relate to each other sexually. What should a woman offer a man? What should a man offer a woman? Because I love sex. I'm a very sexual person, but I will not hook up. Hookups are not working. So the purpose of these videos now is to get to, how do we move forward as men and women when women are saying hookups are not working for me? And men are saying, I don't like modern women. I don't even want to ask them out. And women are saying, what's happened to men? Like we have to find our way back to something where we're like, I know my role. I'm going to nurture my gifts. And this is how I want to relate to the opposite sex in a way that feels satisfying and nourishing. There's nothing satisfying or nourishing about a hookup. No man goes, I feel very nourished. I plundered a woman and I gave her nothing but my seed. That is not. A man doesn't go feeling better about himself. That's why he has to go do it again. He's not satisfied. That's not why he has to do it again, but it's not satisfactory if you're not giving anything back. And women aren't satisfied either. They're not getting as much pleasure out of it. So let's find our way back to something, and the community. And one more thing about the dating thing is, I think what makes more sense, instead of asking someone out, is to just be interested in people you come across, men or women, and just start conversations and start to get to know people. Historically, I think people formed relationships based on who they knew in their community. They didn't just walk up to strangers in the opposite tribe and say, do you want to go on a date? And what we need more is that sense of like connection and community and just starting conversations with people, not for trying to get a date, but just to be like community oriented. So those are some kind of the insights I got yesterday. It's like, no, I'm not going to ask a guy out, but I will start talking to men and women and just be conversational, community oriented. That's a mindset that I can wrap my arms around. Anyway, I want to know what you think. Thank you for watching my video. Morning coffee. It's so good. I love light roast coffee. One of my kids went to UCSB, so I have this mug. I still drink out of it. It's been years since he was there, but I still drink out of it. And I drink light roast coffee with half and half. So yummy. With the banana and some Alpen cereal in the morning. And then I don't have any more coffee after that. Yeah, because then if I have more than one cup, I get very too hyper and I lose my calm. And that's something I really like to nurture, is my calmness. Anyway, thank you for watching my video.